troops has been forced away. And a Calliope blast in preparation for the move towards the center. Wager riflemen moving in, unawares of the Goliaths detonating and annihilating the riflemen in a plume of smoke and blood. The American riflemen being absolutely vaporized in a second. And now the King Tiger looming over the battlefield as a god of war with its very impenetrable frontal armor and its high velocity 88mm gun, annihilating everything that stands in its way, and Kampfgruppe Daule's damaged engine, but that means nothing for it. And of course this repair bunker nearby shall easily take care of it. Grenadiers moving to the central victory point. Taking a lot of fire, but they are not to be stopped. The King Tiger continues its unstoppable march, crossing all tank traps in its way, and will certainly annihilate everything that is there that is not German. And Pioneers now moving for the northern victory point as well. Things are certainly looking beyond the control of the Americans now. They have fought bravely but not fought hard enough. And now the Jagdpanther joins up with the King Tiger. And Panthers from Daule and 3p1phany. Apparently no Panzer force have survived so far, only Panthers, or that's what has been able to be recovered. Panthers now moving in on this Calliope, and this M10 is out of control. Persian sneaking in from the rear, but it itself is taking fire from the King Tiger. It will need to get out of there. The King Tiger being the superior of the Pershing, and the Calliope rush to try and cover the Pershing as it retreats, but it cannot be saved. This Panther knocking it out with a single shot to the front. Apparently having received the armor-piercing rounds upgrade. And now Wehrmacht Panther, the Daule Panther, is now moving in, also firing where it looks like another Calliope would bite the dust. M10 and Airborne trying to cover it, but it is going out of control, and now only an anti-tank gun. M10 and Airborne are there to help, but the M10 is also wrecked, and looks like this anti-tank gun will also join them. Further Panthers, further armor, everything is just being thrown out. The Americans are desperately trying to throw everything they have left, and the Germans, but it simply gets torn apart. Sticky bombs being thrown as though they were cheap candies. And the Panther is damaged. And another sticky bomb. Recall his rifles firing away. Could be the end. And the Panther is immobilized. A few more shots and this Panther will be gone. Main gun destroyed. This crew is certainly not fortunate. And looks like another Panther might be knocked out. Further sticky bombs going off on this. One Panther out. Another Panther out. This is certainly heavy armored losses. There will certainly not be all of those Panthers joining the fatherland, and we'll probably never ever see it again.
The Yankees are attacking one of our
German sniper once more caught. Really, Daule does seem to have a bit of an unfortunate tendency of getting his snipers and then getting them killed. So certainly a bit of a rule of thumb: if you're a sniper, you don't want to serve under Daule. And Airborne moving in on these Grenadiers. Airborne might drop some grenades. Those Grenadiers certainly seem to be a bit in an unfortunate situation, as some of those Airborne are certainly veterans of free, giving them increased accuracy and increased damage, making them quite lethal. Those Knights Crossholders moving right into the mix. Will they survive? As Recallist rifles are firing away, doing quite a lot of damage in fact, and they are forced to retreat. And we have another Goliath nearby. Once more the Germans are going for the northern victory point. Sniper moving in, firing away those nice crossholders. And nice crossholders are some of the few infantry that are actually able to survive numerous hits from a sniper. Another bunker goes up. The King Tiger and Jagdpanther are still there. But most of those Panthers did go up in flames in the most tragic of ways. And another Pershing is summoned onto the field. Calliope is nearby, and what else the Americans can muster will probably be thrown in one last-ditch effort in the hopes of securing the center, but will it succeed? I'm not entirely sure by now.
Our opponent has 200 points.
And Grenadiers running right past these airborne, but the King Tiger is ready to cover the Grenadiers. Its mighty chassis lumbering forth and sighting upon those airborne, firing away despite heavy barrage from the Calliope, its thick armor not caring. It was built to withstand more. Looks like this Goliath is right in the middle of everything. Apparently the Americans were running towards the Goliath. Apparently they must have a death wish. Must have gone mad from all the explosions, all the death and all the horror, or perhaps they were just dropping a grenade, knocking out that Goliath. But Panzer Grenadiers are ready to throw back those rifles, and now this Pershing is all that is left alongside that anti-tank gun. Certainly not good. Americans securing the north, however brief once more. And Pershing trying to stop those Panzer Grenadiers, but it simply can't lock onto them. But apparently these riflemen might help it still. A bit surprised not to have seen a single medic station for the Americans to really minimize their rate of attrition, as it will certainly help them in the longer run, I feel. And certainly might also been helpful for Sungea if you also got some armor.
The Americans are capturing a sector.
It has certainly been quite a fight, quite a lot of death, quite a lot of explosions, quite a lot of bang and forth, but looks like the Germans might be making it through in the end, crushing the Allied resistance, the Allied opposition. Another Goliath goes up in smoke and dust. What is this? Another Calliope barrage. Once more blasting away at anything German. But apparently Mr. Daule has a thing for snipers despite constantly neglecting them. Certainly not a healthy relationship for those snipers. It looks like American snipers nearby as well. Knights Crosshold is forced into retreat. But Panthers, Young Panther and King Tiger still roam the center and will certainly be able to give that Pershing a fight. It will not remember if it survives, that is. It certainly is taking quite a bit of damage from all those Panthers, Yak Panthers and King Tigers. And once more, Goliaths are nearby to provide a nasty surprise for the Americans. Another Calliope, my goodness, that's certainly a lot of manpower going into Calliope. Another single Sherman to at least try and help with that. Against all that infantry, that was certainly been helpful. Another barrage going in, firing away at the Panthers. Not having much luck though. Most of it, in fact, missing quite magnificently. And another German attempt at seizing the north. Certainly further Grenadiers and Knights Crossholders being maneuvered towards it. And a fresh Calliope barrage again. And again not managing much. King Tiger quite beyond the range of all this and getting repaired. All of those pioneers. And a sniper apparently got a bit too close to that Goliath and was sent on a one-way ticket to the victory point.
We are losing ground. Defend the fatherland until death.
And if I were to guess, that was probably another sniper biting the dust, but I might be wrong. But I certainly can't help but notice the sniper is once more gone, Mr. Daule. Or should I say Major Daule, of course, but there we go. Again, Mr. Daule is not apparently the good friend of the snipers. Much like those children saying, "Oh, I'll promise to take care of it. I'll promise to take care of my sniper, Daddy." And then, of course, losing it. And airborne running straight into that Goliath and getting evaporated. The Germans striking back with utmost vengeance for everyone lost. And then a bit. And another Calliope rush. The Americans really hoping to just saturate the area with artillery and hope this will try and at least temporarily hold back the Germans. But really now, barely any victory points left. The clock is ticking down for the Germans, and the Germans are certainly getting closer with every breath, every second. The German Kampfgruppe inches slowly closer, blasting away, wrecking away. Veterans who want for this Pershing will certainly be a bit of help. And a Volksgrenadier apparently was gunned down in cold blood by the machine gunner there. And we see further nice crossholders. My goodness, that's a lot of nice crossholders being thrown into the heat of battle. And will we see a V1 rocket here perhaps? Try and clear out things. Could be interesting, or he's apparently just keen on having those nice crossholders stand around for nothing and getting shot at. And the Yak Panther and King Tiger apparently getting eternally repaired alongside that Panther. And certainly those repair crews are certainly earn themselves a few medals as well. MG42 gunners throwing back the airborne here as well, as the Germans are once more going for the northern victory point. And looks like there might be a final American attempt here at the south. But again, a Goliath moving in. Apparently showing off a bit too early though. I might get knocked out by a single fire from the recoilless rifle. There we go. Premature detonation, certainly not a good thing. But once more the victory points fall into the hands of the Germans. And looks like the 3rd Armoured Division has failed in its task. The last of the Germans in northern France will make it out there. They will cross at Duclair. They will break through and of course take a lot of Americans with them into the grave for everyone that is lost. And a forced retreat, sending those airborne troops into a heavy retreat. The propaganda of the Germans being too strong even for these airborne troopers. There we go, barely any victory points left. Only seconds left. There we go, GG from Mr. 3p1phany, apparently believing all over, but apparently it's not all over yet. Still a few points left, in fact, and apparently the Americans might stabilize it for a bit since there are no Germans actually to take the southern victory point. And yes, it is stabilized. The Americans have managed a stabilization of the effort. German victory will be delayed at least for a small while, but they really don't have much left. A few Pershings, anti-tank guns, a bit of infantry, but that is really all that's left. And this Pershing is damaged. The engine is not up to speed, and certainly now getting exposed and flanked by Panthers and the Yak Panther. Allied war machine